Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the 19th meeting of the Honolulu Liquor Commission. We have no meeting minutes to approve today, so we're going to go right into our calendar. Under public hearing, calling agenda item number 1, application number 23-01817 from Chongqing Hot Pot Inc.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the commission, Keith Kiuchi for the applicant. To my right is Alan Zhang, Z-H-A-N-G. His legal name is Shi Feng, S-H-I-F-E-N-G. We have no additions to the original investigator's report.
Thank you, Mr. Kiuchi. Mr. Rath.
Thank you, Mr. Chair and Commissioners. This application has received 0 written protests, 0 letters of support. Applicant has met statutory requirements for the submission of this application. For the record, a summary of the September 28th preliminary hearing testimony was provided to Commissioner Sakamoto and Bach prior to the public hearing.
Thank you, Mr. Rath. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to provide public testimony as to agenda item number 1? Hearing and seeing none, commissioners.
Mr. Kiuchi, so the floor plan, right, the seating that's on the left side of the floor plan, that's out in the walkway, but there's gates and things around that, right?
There are gates and things. Just to give you context, this is once upon a time, this used to be the Pacific Cafe space, and after was Trading, and it was some hot pot after that. So
Okay.
and this is to give you some comfort level. This is Mr. Zhang's 4th restaurant on this island.
Hmm.
So yeah, we'll make sure we monitor that.
Yeah, and I personally, I thought I saw guards around it before when it was a prior restaurant, so just wanted to make sure that's the
Yeah.
exact same space I was thinking of. Okay,
Yeah, no, it is the same space.
all right. I have no other questions. Motion to approve application number 23-01817.
Second. There's been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 23-01817 is approved.
Thank you.
very
Thank you.
much. Moving into our license applications, calling agenda item number 2, applications number 24-00843-1 through 24-00843-35 inclusively from Queens Waikiki Luau LLC.
Hi, Commissioners. Hannah Garcia, member here from the Queens Waikiki Luau to request approval for a special liquor license.
Definitely. Commissioners?
So I know you've came before us for a couple continuations of this, so how's it going?
It's all right. Yeah.
Is it all right? And no prior instances or no incidents during this time period so far, correct?
Yes, that's correct. And then this will be our 5th time renewing without incidents.
Thanks. I have no other questions. Motion to approve application number 24-00843-1 through 24-00843-35 inclusively.
Second. There's been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Applications number 24-00843-1 through 24-00843-35 inclusively are approved. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 3, application number 24-00934 from Groove Child Charities, DBA Groove Child Charities.
Hello, good afternoon, Commissioners. Lance Suchia for Groove Child Charities, TSUCHIYA.
Good afternoon. Commissioners.
Mr. Suchi is so if I read through the report, there was some pre-sale tickets that took place. Do you guys have a current head count on your pre-sale tickets?
It's about 500 something.
And the total estimated was 1,000, so you're about halfway there on your.
It's about.
And this is the same floor plan you've used for a lot of other of the situations or events you've put on the Bishop Museum, correct?
Correct.
I have no other questions. Motion to approve application number 24-00934.
Second. There's been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 24-00934 is approved. Thank you. Have a good event. Calling agenda item number 4, applications number 24-00955-1 through 24-00955-6 inclusively from Hawaiian
Good afternoon, Chair, members of the Commission, Greg Nishio, appearing on behalf of the applicant. To my right is Takeshi, Takeshi Tsukii, Tsukii, who's an officer as well as director. We have reviewed the investigative report, have no changes, corrections, additions.
So you're going to file a new permanent liquor license application this?
Yeah, some will be doing that. We're not doing that. Apparently, Mr. Luke is doing that.
Okay, I see.
We're just handling this part.
And that's not yet filed to your knowledge?
To my understanding, it hasn't been filed yet.
Okay, thank you. Commissioners?
I have no questions. Motion to approve application number 24-00955-1 through 24-00955-6 inclusive.
Second. There's been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Applications number 24-00955-1 through 24-00955-6 inclusively are approved. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Calling agenda item number 5, application number 24-00961 from Honolulu Museum of Art.
Aloha. Good afternoon, commissioners.
Could you please state your names for the record?
Jenny Grondin, JENNY, with the Honolulu Museum of Art. Sarah Elizabeth Bond, SARAHELIZABETHBAHN, with the Honolulu Museum of Art.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Commissioner.
Okay, I have no questions. Motion to approve application number 2.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No question.
Okay,
Go ahead.
sorry. Motion to approve application number 24-00961.
Second. There's been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 24-00961 is approved.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 6, application number 24-00964 from Park Event Services LLC.
Mr. Chair. Yes,
Devin Koba here representing Parkinson's Services. To my right, Mr. Emmanuel Zabakalam, ZIPAKALAM.
Good afternoon.
We have no corrections to the report.
We are in the holiday season.
Yes, we are.
Commissioners.
So Mr. Nakoba, just confirming, right, with all of these events coming up for Christmas, you folks have already gotten permission from the Loatar area. If people need to leave their cars, they can leave it there first. And
The similars will apply for all 3 events that we're going to be talking about. So yeah, there may be some minors, but everyone will be checked and wristbanded. There'll be security as well. They're expecting somewhere around 200 people at each event.
Okay. All right. Motion to approve application number 24-00964.
Second. There's been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 24-00964 is approved. Calling agenda item number 7, application number 24-00965 from Park Event Services LLC.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Commissioner Stephanie Koba, once again representing Park Event Services. To my right is Mr. Emmanuel Zabakalam.
Yeah. So this is essentially the same style.
Yes, it's a
Same
holiday party.
Cheers.
I have no questions. Motion to approve application number 24-00965.
Second. There's been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 24-00965 is approved. Calling agenda item number 8, application number 24-00966 from Park Event Services LLC.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I promise, last one. Dominic Koba representing Park Event Services along with Mr. Emmanuel Zabakalam. Again, another holiday party, same thing.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. Commissioners.
I have no questions. Motion to approve application number 24-00966.
Second. There's been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 24-00966 is approved.
Thank you so much.
Very
I
much.
appreciate it.
Calling agenda item number 9, application number 24-00974 from Cruise and Catering by Cena Blunt.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Sam Alero, General Manager for Suno Blanc Catering.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lee. Hey, commissioners.
So, Mr. O'Leary, I'll make this comment, and it'll be for all of the events that you folks have. I mean, I make the same comment. Anytime you guys use the outside area of the courtyard, even though the bar is inside, please, let's keep an eye out to make sure there is no passing of drinks out in the courtyard. It is the holiday season and everybody wants to be festive.
For sure.
The second thing that I will want to confirm is that you folks have talked with Philcom Center in allowing people to leave their car if they need to,
Yes.
if they get a little bit too much drinks. Main thing is obviously holiday season, everyone's going to be festive.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure everyone's safe.
Yes, Commissioner. Yeah, and in regards to the leaving of vehicles, we did put in a process in place, taking pictures and notifying at least the director of what car. And then as far as the drinks, yeah, we always have extra personnel now watching the floors.
Thank you. I have no other questions. Motion to approve application number 24-00974.
Second. Been a motion and a second. Any objections, reservations? Hearing and I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 24-00974 is approved. Calling agenda item number 10, application number 24-00975 from Cruise and Catering by Cena Blunt Inc.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Sam Alero, General Manager for Suno Blanc Catering.
Afternoon. So this looks like the same general setup.
Pretty much the same setup, yes. Organization.
Commissioners.
I have no questions. Motion to approve application number 24-00975.
Second. There's been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 24-00975 is approved. Calling agenda item number 11, application number 24-00978 from Cruise and Catering by Cena Blunt Inc.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Sam Alero, General Manager for Suno Blanc Catering.
Good afternoon. Again, very similar setup. Commissioners.
That's no questions. Motion to approve application number 24-00978.
Second. There's been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 24-00978 is approved. Calling agenda item number 12, application number 24-00980 from Cruise and Catering by Cena Blunt Inc.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Sam Alero, General Manager for Suno Blanc Catering.
Hey, so same setup again, both inside and outside. Commissioners.
What is the actual capacity of the venue? How many people should it hold?
So the ballroom itself can hold 382, and then the courtyard can hold 100 guests.
Okay, thank you.
Motion to approve application number 24-00980.
Second,
There's been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 24-00980 is approved. Calling agenda item number 13, application number 24-00981 from Cruise and Catering by Cena Blunt Inc.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Sam Alero, General Manager for Suno Blanc Catering.
Good afternoon. Commissioners.
I have no questions, just to say a very busy 10 days for you folks.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
That is true. Motion to approve application number 24-00981.
Second. There's been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 24-00981 is approved. Last but not least, agenda item number 14, application number 24-00983 from Cruise and Catering by Cena Blunt.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Sam Alero, General Manager for Suno Blanc Catering.
Good afternoon. Commissioners.
Motion to approve application number 24-00983.
Second. Been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 24-00983 is approved. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioners. I also want to thank the Liquor Commission team for their work this year. Thank you, guys.
Thank you. Calling agenda item number 15, applications number 24-00982-1 and 24-00982-2 from Garnish LLC.
Good evening, Chair and Commissioners. Zachary Diano appearing on behalf of Garnish LLC. To my right is Art Deacons, member of Garnish LLC. Upon receiving the investigative report, there was a note about not having received the neighborhood board letter certified mail receipt. We emailed that to Investigator Sato the same day on November 24. And so there should be no further changes to the report.
Thank you. Commissioner.
I have no questions. Motion to approve application number 24-00982-1 to 24-00982-2 inclusively.
Second.
Been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Applications number 24-00982-1 and 24-00982-2 are approved. Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Agenda item number 16, application number 24-01029 from Memoirs LLC.
Good afternoon, Commissioners and Chair. Tandon Hayes, Bar Manager for Memoirs LLC. There are no changes to the report.
Good afternoon. Only one today.
TANDENHAYES.
Thank you. And this is a location that you guys cater frequently, correct?
Yes.
Commissioners?
Everyone's same gonna be bussed in as they've normally been.
Yes.
Okay.
And we're not expecting any minors. Okay.
Motion to approve application number 24-01029.
Second. Got a motion and a second. Any objections, reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 24-01029 is approved.
Thank you very much. Happy holidays.
Calling agenda item number 17, applications number 24-01052-1 and 24-01052-2 from the Little Just Strand Foundation.
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What is it? Little Strand, sorry.
Little Strands, okay, no worries.
Joe said.
Christy Cardozo, Executive Director, and to my right is Kaisa Johnson, Program Manager.
Good afternoon. Commissioners?
I have no questions. Motion.
Before you take
Oh.
action, if there's an amendment that you need to make on the record, you need to do that before they take action.
Oh, okay, great. Well, first time doing this, but I'd like to request an amendment for the times for the various events. On the application, I'd put the time for the first event, which varies from the times for the other events on the application.
So if you'll state them with the date and the time for each date, that would make a complete record, please.
Okay. Okay, so for event number 1 is 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. as stated. Event number 2 on January 23rd, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Event number 3 on February 22nd, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Event number 4 on March 20th. It's a lunch lecture from 11:30 to 2 p.m. Event number 5 on April 4th, 5:30 to 7:30. And then lastly, event number 6 on June 6th, also from 5:30 to 7:30.
Get all this.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a question. On the application, it looks like there will not be minors attending. However, I do have a note that attendees will be of all ages. Can you clarify? Do you expect minors in attendance?
No minors.
No.
Real quick follow-up question. So are you folks planning to at least, since no minors, but check IDs for when they first come in at least, or
If there's any question
We
about.
check them at the bar.
the
Okay.
age, yeah.
but someone will check if they
Yes.
feel there is someone that's underage there.
Yes, definitely.
And what is, sorry, what is your protocol if you come across someone that is underage? For the person at the bar? Will they ban them? What will they do? Because technically, right? Assuming you're not going to have them leave the event, but how will we confirm that if there is, they will not be able to be served?
We've never had that happen before, but we could ban them.
Okay,
certainly.
okay, so. I'm going to, do we need to put on our motion the change in the times?
That's why, yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's amended.
Okay. So I'm gonna make a motion and I'm gonna put the times in, but I am also going to state that you'll let the commission know or keep the commission updated on how you plan to address the banding if someone is underage, okay?
Okay.
Sounds-
So my motion is going to be to approve applications number 24-01052-1 and 24-01052-2 with the amended times. So December 7th, 3 to 6 p.m., January 23rd, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m., February 22nd, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m., March 20th, 11:30 a.m. to 2 p.m., April 4th, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m., and June 6th, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Were all my times correct?
That's correct.
With the other verbiage that you will update the commission on how you plan to address if someone is going to be underage and show you an ID.
Sounds good.
Motion, is there a second?
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Applications number 24-01052-1 and 24-01052-2 as amended are approved. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Calling agenda item number 18, application number 23-02012 from Don Julio Kim Vineyards LLC.
With respect to agenda item 18, you have an email in your desk folders from counsel for the applicant requesting continuance or rescheduling to the December 14th date.
Is that December 14th, Ms. Wright? Did I hear that correctly?
Yes.
This agenda item number 18 is continued to the December 14 calendar. Calling agenda item number 19, application number 23-03760 from Origami Udon USA.
Mr. Chair, members of the commission, this is Robert Uyoka on behalf of Marugame Udon. Present to my right, Mr. Hideaki Hano. He's the general manager, first name Hideaki, last name Hano. At this time, we have no changes to investigators report. This is for a restaurant license for Marugame Udon in downtown Honolulu in Fort Street.
Thank you, Mr. Uyoka. Commissioners.
I have no question. Motion to approve application number 23-03760.
Second, there's been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Here and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 23-03760 is approved.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Calling agenda item number 20, application number 23-04031 from LD Waikiki LLC.
Mr. Chair, before we have Mr. Kyuchi make his appearance, I will be making a disclosure. The ILWU does represent the employees at the Alohilani Resort. I am not their direct representative, and this will not affect my ability to be impartial in deciding on this matter.
Thank you, Commissioner Hollinger. That is noted for the record.
Good afternoon,
Oh,
Mr.
sorry,
Chair, members.
Sorry, hold on, just
Oh, sorry.
Also, I will have to recuse myself for this. Item number 20.
Commissioner Bach is recused for a conflict of interest. Excuse me.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair, members of the commission. Keith Kiyuchi for the applicant. We have no changes or additions to the investigative report. It's noted this is in the Alohilani Resort Hotel. This is located on the first floor. It replaces what was the lobby bar. The lobby bar has that area is removed from the hotel license and this is a separate license.
Thank you. Commissioners.
I have no questions.
So,
Motion to approve application number 23-04031.
Second.
the motion second, any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 23-04031 is approved.
And just to the commissioners, I made a request that the public hearing be 7 weeks from now, which would be January 17th instead of January 24th.
That has been submitted. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. great.
Okay, thank you.
We have Commissioner Bach. Calling agenda item number 21, application number 24-00973 from 17A Productions LLC.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. My name is Angelina Khan, KHAN, member of 17A Productions, requesting approval for a catering license for the International Marketplace.
Good afternoon, Commissioners.
So I know you've been running on some temporaries, catering licenses for a while, yes?
Yes.
How's
this
it
is
been
our
going?
Final request. Good, yeah. Very
No
nice.
incidents or no situations have happened
No, not at
during
all.
those? Okay. I have no other questions. Motion to approve application number 24-00973.
Second. There a motion and a second, any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 24-00973 is approved. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much. Calling agenda item number 22, application number 24-00984 from Resort Management International, Inc.
Robert Uyoka on behalf of Resort Management International, doing business as the Modern Honolulu. Present to my right, Ms. Pam Yagi, she's a general manager, first name P-A-M-Y-A-G-I. At this time, we have no changes to the investigative report. This is a catering application for the Hokulani Waikiki Hotel. We'll be taking it over as of December 15th. We're also in the process of filing a hotel liquor license application. It'll be filed shortly, trying to get some documents in, but we intend to file that very soon.
And the intent is to have a catering license until that license is approved.
Correct. We want to operate in the catering until our hotel license is approved. Correct.
Thank you, Mr. Uyoka. Commissioners.
I have no questions. Motion to approve application number 24-00984.
Second.
It's been a motion and a second. Any objections, reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 24-00984 is approved.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
very much.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 23, application number 24-00987 from Cheeseburger in Paradise, Waikiki.
Robert Uyoka on behalf of Waikiki Brewing, Cheeseburger in Paradise. I'm doing business as 808 Brewing Company. Present to my right, Mr. Nick Stewart, he's the general manager. At this time, we have no changes to investigative reports. This is for a catering license for an existing pending restaurant application. This is the 808 Craft House located in the Colina Center.
Thank you, Mr. Uyoka. Commissioners.
I have no questions. Motion to approve application number 24-00987.
Second. There a motion and a second. Any objections, reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 24-00987 is approved.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Calling agenda item number 24, application number 24-00280 from Woodridge, Inc.
Good afternoon, Chairman Buckley, members of the commission, Naomi Cole on behalf of the applicant. Present to my right is owner, Mr. Woodbridge Brown. We have no changes to the investigative report. This is for a vessel like.
Thank you, Ms. Cole. Commissioners.
So Ms. Ko, I see it's out of Kewalo Basin, correct?
Yes, it is.
So, I mean, at this point, right, I don't know if you have or if your client does have, is there been discussion with them if someone is unable to drive after they return? Can they leave their car there or is everyone being bused to the location?
Most people walk, so we dock if you will, but we pull up on the sand on Waikiki Beach.
Okay,
And most of the tourists walk from the beach,
okay,
so most of them are from their hotels and stuff.
okay. Thank you for the answer. I have no other questions. Motion to approve application number 24-00280.
Second,
Been a motion and a second. Any objections, reservations, hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Application number 24-00280 is approved.
Thank you,
Thank you very
Commissioners.
much. Moving into requests. Calling agenda item number 25, request number 24-00924 from YLI Country Club.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Russell Nizuka from YLI Country Club. That's ONIZUKA.
Good afternoon.
Thank you.
I know you've made similar requests in the past.
That's correct.
Commissioners?
Mr. Nizuka, just normally we do in these types of requests is we do ask for you folks to put on the record that none of the directors or officers have any criminal history or felony records.
That's correct. They do not.
Okay. I have no other questions. Motion to approve application number 24-00924.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Any objections, reservations, hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Request number 24-00924 is approved.
Thank you.
On agenda item number 26, request number 23-00407 from the Scandinavian Restaurant Group.
Commissions. My name is Shaul Kevin Shi. I'm the member and owner of the Tango Contemporary Cafe doing this.
Okay.
Today the application is a change of members.
So it's two completely new members, is that correct?
Yes.
And the two new members that are coming in, have they been fingerprinted and provided affidavits? Okay, thank you. Commissioners?
Question. Motion to approve request number 23-00407.
second,
There's been a motion and a second. Any objections, reservations, hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Request number 23-00407 is approved. Thank you. Request number 23-00545 from Lokahi Brewing Company, LLC.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Naomi Cole on behalf of the licensee. We have no changes to the investigative report. This is for stock transfer.
And it looks as though there will be a single remaining member manager at the end.
That's correct.
Very good. Commissioners?
I have no question. Motion to approve request number 23-00545.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any objections, reservations, hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Request number 23-00545 is approved.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Calling agenda item number 28, request number 24-00970 from KSLR-LM LLC.
Commissioners, I will need to recuse myself from agenda items number 28 and 29.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner Bach.
Robert Uyoka on behalf of Voyager 47 at the Outrigger Waikiki Beach Resort. Present to my right, Ms. Barbara Campbell. She's the Vice President of Outrigger Hospitality Group. There's a request for a temporary reduction to allow Hula Grill, also located in the lobby area, to operate within our existing space.
And this is in connection with the following agenda items.
Exactly.
We'll take up after this.
Correct. It is in conjunction with agenda item number 29 for Hula Grill.
Commissioners?
I have no question. Motion to approve request number 24-00970.
second,
There's been a motion and a second. Any objections, reservations, hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Request number 24-00970 is approved.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Calling agenda item number 29, request number 24-00985 from Hula Grill Waikiki LLC.
Robert Uyoka on behalf of Hula Grill Waikiki. Present to my right, Miss Michelle Witten. She's a general manager. First name Michelle, last name Whitton. You have no changes to investigators report. This is for an increase of premises. I just want to thank Daniel Salter for getting this on the agenda. This is effective beginning January 1, so really appreciate him getting it on the agenda. Thank you for his hard work. Again, no changes to investigators report. This is in conjunction with agenda item number 22 for Voyager 47.
Commissioner.
I have no questions. Motion to approve request number 24-00985.
Second.
Been a motion and a second. Any objections or resolutions? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Request number 24-00985 is approved.
Thank you so much.
We have Commissioner Box connected. Calling agenda item number 30, request number 24-01045 from Costa Spirit LLC. And as the licensee makes his way up, I will make the disclosure that the licensee is a former client of my law firm, and this will not affect my ability to be impartial in this matter.
Good evening, Eric Dill, CEO, Colorado Distillery, last name Dill.
So this is a temporary request to increase to the outside of your premises for an event? Or
That's
series of
correct.
events?
We've done 3 of these to this date, but they've been for a shorter period of time. We requested a longer period of time. What we didn't understand when we made this request, that it could actually be for up to a year, as we understand it. And so I was going to inquire to the commission if it would make sense to go ahead and amend and ask for that year, just based on the fact that it's going to unburden the staff quite a bit, having to process all those applications in between now and then. We do intend to apply for a permanent extension of licensed premises. So I think it would be mutually beneficial if we were able to amend that for a full year. It would probably save an estimate of between 30 and 40 temporary application permits being processed by the staff. So I think it would help both sides.
If I could just like chime in here, the problem is that the published agenda has a very specific date span. So the options, and Corp Counsel can weigh in on this, is that because you have 4 present, you would be able to amend the agenda to reflect that new date, or we just schedule this for another time and we just put it back on for the full year. It's just a notice publication.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So just point of order, we would make a motion first to amend the agenda to the request, and then
Yes.
make a motion to approve the request as amended.
So what would happen is that after you amend the agenda, we'll actually repost the amended agenda to reflect that new time span, which obviously you're not going to wait for. But I'm just telling you what will happen. You amend the agenda, we post it, and then you take action on the amended agenda.
Okay, well, the first question to the commission then is, do you want to entertain a motion to amend the agenda to increase the time of this request?
I have no objections.
I'm okay with that. Can we have a motion then?
Okay, motion to amend the agenda. So the time period is going to be December 1st, 2023 through December 1st, 2024. Am I correct?
For end of the year, there's 1 year is not magic. If you want to go to the end of calendar 24.
I think that would make the most sense if that's acceptable.
Okay, so my motion is going to be to amend the agenda for item number 30, request number 24-01045, to read the dates 11 a.m. Friday, December 1st, 2023 till 11:30 p.m. I don't know what the last day of December 31st, 2024 is.
We have a second.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. The agenda is amended as stated in the motion.
Okay. Now you take action on the amended request.
So for the outside space, how is that? We see it delineated in red, but how is that indicated actually?
We use posts with ropes strung between them to clearly and then there's posting also, no alcohol beyond this point.
Commissioners, any other questions? Or
Yes.
type of actions?
I have 2 other questions. So first one is, do you have someone dedicated out there watching the space? I mean, I know there's ropes, but if you really want to pass a rope, that people are gonna do that. Do you have anybody dedicated out there?
We do not have anyone dedicated. We can adjust that if that's what the commission would prefer that we do.
I would feel comfortable if you could acknowledge that you will work toward trying to get someone to be permanent out there. If the area is full, because obviously that's a concern for me.
Yes, sir. So I think that's readily obtainable and because the whole point of this is we were doing this to avoid compliance issues because we have a food truck. And the very first time we did it, we realized people want to walk outside to order and they take their drink with them. So we had to put these temporary permits so we could avoid compliance issues. So the fact that there's a food truck out there, there are people observing the area. They're not necessarily employees of us at that time, but we can definitely make an adjustment so that there is an employee in that area.
I mean, just keeping an eye, because ultimately the problem you'll have, right, is if one of those people that are not your employees, right, don't say something and an inspector happens to stop by and see someone handing it across, the licensee that has the extended space will be the person that will be held accountable for it. That's the only reason.
Yes, sir.
And then the parking spaces, I know you're using parking spaces. Are those parking spaces something that you have used to hold the total number of people that you can have in your establishment? Because I know some city ordinances do allow you have to have so many parking spaces for so many people attending.
No, we actually are way under in the amount of people that we consider maximum capacity compared to the ratio to square footage.
Okay.
It's a large industrial area unit.
Okay. Right, I have no other questions or comments. Motion to approve amended request number 24-01045.
Second. Their motion is second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Request number 24-01045 is approved. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 31, request from 1111 Bishop LLC.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Christina O'Hara representing the applicant, and to my right is Daniel Teixeira. Last name is spelled, take it away.
Texeira.
You did. Thank you. I think you guys have the request before you, but if you need me to explain it, I'm happy to.
You're just amending the start date to a previously approved application.
Yes, we're amending it to December 1st because we realize that you can't take delivery unless you have the license. So we made a mistake by picking the actual opening date. Next time we'll pick 2 weeks earlier.
But the actual date of the event isn't changing. Is that correct?
Yeah, the hotel opening is 12/12 still. Yeah.
Commissioners?
Okay. Motion to approve request. Wait now. Do we want to, when we say the request, do we just use the agenda item or number, or do you want to?
You can announce the one that's in the memo.
Okay.
Just that we published the agenda before the number was set sign. So 24-01070.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Motion to approve request number 24-00704.
01070 for 31.
Oh, sorry, I'm in the wrong one. Hold on 1 second, sorry.
Or you can just approve the agenda item number.
I got there. I'm there.
After I let you struggle for like 5 minutes. I'm sorry, I didn't do.
Motion to approve request number 24-01070.
Second. The motion second and objections or reservations.
That's close
Seeing
enough.
none, I also vote aye. The request motion carries. Request number 24-01070 is approved.
Thank you so much for approving agenda item number 31, gentlemen. I do want to note, thank you so much to the staff because the Kiko is staying late so we can pick it up today, which we really appreciate. And then Anna got us on the agenda. So thank you. And Daniel reviewed our application super fast. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Calling agenda item number 32, request number 24-01065 Vibe Hospitality LLC.
Commissioners, I'll need to recuse myself from this one.
Thank you, Commissioner Bach. You are recused.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Commission members, Kenneth Wu appearing for the licensee. The licensee was granted a waiver of the rule which requires that the primary entrance to a licensed premises be unlocked when there is anybody there other than on-duty employees. This is a hotel, and the waiver that we were given was for 1 year, just to see if everything went all right. So now this hearing is to make that waiver permanent. I've checked with hotel manager, hotel employees. They've not had any problems with any first responders being granted access to the premises because, and this waiver is only to lock or to disable the automatic front door from automatically open when someone comes to the door. So hotel guests have their key or their fob, they can get in anytime, get out anytime, it's not a problem. For other people, there is the night manager for that time who watches the door. He has clear access to the door to see if anybody wants to come in, he'll check it out. There's also the valet who is also inside. He has a computer that has cameras that looks at the door. So we have two people, ways of making sure that anybody who needs to get in can get in. So we had no problems in this year. No complaints, nothing. So we're here to make our waiver permanent.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioners.
So, Mr. Hu, I personally have concerns in making a waiver permanent. Only because if something were to happen in between now and any time going forward, that waiver is then there. And you know, what I mean, it's
Sure,
kind of
no, I
permanent.
understand.
You know, what I mean, there's no way for us to change a permanent waiver type of thing. Now, I'll be 100% open. I am not at all against saying a 1 year type of waiver type thing and see at the end of 1 year if there has been any issues and continuing year by year. But I don't want to put something permanent for a law that, you know, there's a reason the statute of the law is there. And if there was something in that statute or law that had stated something like, oh, it could be waived permanently by us, I might take a different feeling to that. But that's my concern, that once I agree to something permanently, it's stuck there forever. But I'm not against a 1 year type of thing like we did in the past, so that we can come back in a year and make sure there was no issues in first responders or anything like that.
Sure.
That's just my opinion.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I was gonna ask for 99 years. But I understand, I'm just wondering whether we could make it a little bit more duration rather than every year. Every 3 years would be good.
I guess I would then say I'd like to go into executive session to discuss. To consult with the board attorneys. On questions and issues on a matter pertaining to the board's powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities. Entertain a motion to go into an executive session.
Second, so there's been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing is none, I'll vote aye. The motion carries. We are now in executive session.
Yeah, my feet are okay. From the waist down, I'm okay. No.
Okay, we are back on the record. Thank you for allowing us time for executive session, issues.
If I may add, and I'm sorry, I realize that you've had seriously considered this matter, but I can offer some solutions. Like whenever we file the renewal for the license, we will submit a report as to any issues related to the closing of the doors. We can well, that was the easy one, in case the commission were concerned. As far as you're concerned, Commissioner Hollinger, with respect to waivers being permanent, you know, there are many waivers that the commission has granted, which tantamount has been permanent. Because of the way it is, like you allow someone to file their license application late or to file a tax clearance late, essentially that's permanent. You can't take it back. And if there were any liability that this commission is looking at, you granted a waiver, closing of the door. I don't know what kind of liability there may be. But anyway, those are my responses to your careful considerations.
Thank you, Mr. Hu. So one thing I will say is, couple of things you raised, right, in regards to like someone filing their tax credit, their tax, lot of things late, right? Next year, they still have to file it on time. That waiver doesn't go to the next year and the next year and the next year, right? Every year you're supposed to turn it in. So that's my concept.
Okay.
So, Mr. Hu, I am not inclined to approve a permanent waiver.
Yes.
I am inclined to approve a 1-year waiver for you to do that. How would you like to proceed?
Well, considering that there are 3 gentlemen sitting up there, there's not much more I can say, other than if you would consider what I said about filing a report, you know, with each renewal. And if that raises a concern, we can be brought back up to the commission for hearing. And obviously, any license is also subject to renewal, subject to any conditions that the commission may impose. So you've got us covered there too.
One alternative would be to amend the request. If you so choose.
Amend the request to
Something other than permanent.
sure, well, I offered 99 years, but I guess that didn't fly. And I'll put on the table 3. Was that considered or not?
So I considered the 3 years. I considered what you raised as ideas. I'm also looking at, on my end, I don't feel comfortable approving something that someone could come here and ask me to do yearly, and I listen to them and hear whether or not there was issues or concerns. And then at that point, feeling comfortable, I could say another year for you to do this or try this and let's see how it is. I feel comfortable with that, giving that ability each year for you to make
Okay.
that stuff.
Okay.
Because I understand the area it's in. I used to
Yes.
live in Waikiki. It's
Yes.
not one of the most greatest areas in Cohio, and I understand the view, and I'm willing to provide the ability for them to do it for this year and come back in front of us next year. Maybe, you know, somehow all of us here may change in a year. We don't know. I mean, it could happen, right? And so it gives that opportunity to that person or that group.
Well, if we were to say, change the wording, since that was one of the options that was discussed, to make, instead of making it a permanent waiver, it would be a conditional waiver of this rule, subject to reporting yearly, annually, with the renewal as to any conditions, and that if there are any, and then the commission is free to revoke that waiver.
I mean, it's similar in concept.
I'm probably going to ask just like, and have a discussion with our side. So I feel a little bit more comfortable understanding
Yes.
the wording you're talking about. So I am, I guess, going to ask about,
Sorry, before you go,
Oh.
before you make a motion, which I believe you're going to make a motion for executive session. I just want to understand and clarify. So what you're potentially going to amend this request to be is a conditional waiver of rule 3-84-72-2 subject to annual review and subject to revocation at that review if
Yes.
there are circumstances that the commission believes is.
That's correct.
Okay, thank you very much. Go ahead.
yes, I am going to ask to go into an executive session so I can be explained totally all these big words that I might not totally understand.
I don't understand it either, but
So I'm gonna entertain a motion to go into an executive session to consult with the board's attorneys on questions and issues on a matter pertaining to board's powers, duties, privileges, immunities, and liabilities. I have a motion to go into an executive session.
Second. The motion and second, and the objections or reservations, hearing seeing none, I also would add the motion carries. We are now in executive session. We are back on the record. Thank you for allowing us time to go into executive session. Mr. Hu, we have considered your concept of the conditional waiver. However, to move on that concept, your request would have to be amended on the record.
Yes,
Would you like to do so?
yes, I would like to do so to amend my request to make it a conditional waiver of Rule 3-84-72.2. Such subject to that this waiver would be subject to submission of a written report by the licensee at renewal every year as to any issues arising from the waiver. And that the Liquor Commission retains the right to terminate that waiver if there are any issues.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Hu.
Yep. Motion to approve request number 24-01065 as amended.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any objections, reservations, hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. Request number 24-01065 as amended is approved.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you. Yeah, Mr. Buck. Yeah. We will now move into our adjudication hearings. Mr. Jacob.
Good evening, Commissioners. Daniel Jacob, Deputy Corporation Counsel on behalf of the City and County of Honolulu.
Calling agenda item number 33, LCD 23-0109, Asagio Mililani.
Chair Wayne Luke has contacted me and represents this licensee. He told me today that he had requested a copy of the investigative file and he only received it today. So he's asking for one more week continuance. I have no objection.
Okay, agenda item number 33 is continued until the next available calendar date. Calling agenda item number 34, LCB 23-0018, Leahi Bar and Grill. And while the licensee comes up, I'll make the disclaimer that this licensee was a prior client of my law firm and this will not affect my ability to be impartial in this matter.
Good afternoon, Chair, Commissioners. My name is Hunter Parker, representing the Leahi Bar and Grill.
Mr. Jacobs, could you please read the charge?
On or about February 12th, 2023, in the City and County of Honolulu, State of Hawaii, licensee permitted liquor of any kind while in a bottle, glass, or other container to be open and readily consumable within the licensed premises before or after the hours established by the Liquor Commission, to wit, 2:10 a.m. in violation of Rule 3-82-38.207B of the Rules of the Liquor Commission of the City and County of Honolulu.
Mr. Parker, how would you like to plead? You can accept the charge, deny the charge, or plead no contest.
I'd like to accept the charge with a possible explanation of the situation.
Motion to accept the plea.
Second. There's been a motion and a second. Any objections, reservations, hearing and seeing none, I also vote aye. The motion carries. The plea is accepted.
Mr. Jacobs, your recommendation for agenda item number 34.
Again, this violation occurred on February 12th, 2023. Liquor Commissioner investigators arrived at the scene at 2:10 a.m. and saw, I believe, an off-duty employee drinking wine on the lanai. It's a first-time violation, so the base fine is $500, and we had $10 per minute. So the grand fine here is $600.
Okay, Mr. Parker, your explanation.
I was working, basically, the store was empty. I did have a glass of wine. My only concern is the time stated at 2:10. That was the time that the liquor inspector came in, not the time that I actually had consumed. And so what happened was I was on my computer, had to sip, realized the time, realized, oh, dang, I gotta, dump the wine, went to the kitchen, dumped the wine, and that's when the liquor commissioner came in. It was around 2:05 to 6 a.m. And I was coming out of the kitchen because I just dumped the wine. So my main concern is just instead of 2:10, it was closer to like 2:01. But I did have the class.
Okay. So, Mr. Jacobs, does the report from the investigators indicate that whether the glass had alcohol in it when they came in, or did it not?
Yes, again, the investigative reports say that the Liquor Commissioner investigators arrived at 2:09 a.m.
Okay.
Upon getting out of their car and entering the building, they looked up at a lanai at the facility. On the lanai, they saw the gentleman to my right drinking a glass of wine.
Okay. So, Mr. Parker, you're more on the time, right? That
Yeah.
instead of it being 2:10,
Correct.
it's like more like 2:01 or 2:02, but you're also not not disagreeing or not denying that you had wine at that point.
Correct.
Okay, all right. So, Mr. Parker, my motion is going to be, I'm gonna state my motion, but I want you to understand, you're a manager for there?
Yeah.
Okay. Please understand, you're the person that people would be looking up to be following the rule correctly and providing guidance on what you should or shouldn't be doing, okay?
Sure.
Based also on your explanation of concerning about the time, that's going to be impacted in regards to my motion, okay? My motion is going to be to approve a recommended fine of $500 for agenda item number 34.
Second.
Been a motion and a second. Any objections or reservations? Hearing and seeing none, I also provide a motion carries. A fine of $500 will be imposed for agenda item number 34.
Commissioners.
Great. Sure. Yep, you're dismissed. Thank you.
But yeah, you'll receive a document later indicating when the penalty has to be paid.
Okay, got it. Thank you. Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you. Thank you for this year. Calling agenda item number 35, LCB 23-0111, Soju Bag.
Chair, when Luke contacted me again, explained that he had requested the investigative report and didn't receive it until today. He's asking for 1 week continuance on both agenda items 35 and 36. I have no objection.
Agenda, we'll take them individually. Agenda item number 35 is continued to the next available calendar date. Calling agenda item number 36, LCB 23-0112, Soju Bag.
Again, Chair, when Luke contacted me, represents the licensees, asked for a week continuance to allow him to review the investigative report. I have no objection.
Agenda item number 36 is continued to the next available calendar date. Thank you, Mr. Jacob.
Thank you.
Calling agenda item number 37, Liquor Administrator, Administrative Matters. Mr. Patilos.
Stop Kilos, Liquor Control Administrator. As you know, one of the issues that the agency has had has been the ability to recruit into the liquor control investigator group. Just like to let you know that we continue to have interviews with candidates for NCI ones. And additionally, we also have had, we've been able to, our offer to a Bukalea intern has been accepted, so we're going to have an intern sometime in January. Additionally, we had met with the deputy managing director as well as DHR to talk about recruitment issues and strategies for the agency. And also, I think I had mentioned before that the mayor had gone and spoken to staff in what's called the skip level meetings. And we were able to discuss several issues that were brought up by staff with the mayor during our meeting with DHR and DMD. If you give me some indulgence, I would like to talk to the staff about those issues and the results of our conversations with them, as opposed to announcing it in public. And also, as a personal favor, since this is presumptively Commissioner Buckley's last day, I want to acknowledge the fact that Commissioner Buckley is a Tottenham Hotspur fan. And after 3 straight losses, unfortunately, Tottenham is now 5th in the table, 1 point ahead of Manchester United, my team. And so just a silly aside that both Commissioner Buckley and I are fans of the Premier League, and we followed it religiously. Thank you. If there are any questions.
We will just strike anything related to Tottenham from the record. Commissioners, any questions for Mr. Patilos?
Administrator Patilos, question on the recruiting. What is a typical timing of from interviewing, selection to hiring, and when would the investigator be able to be out in the field?
I think for us, we've interviewed several individuals, 4 of whom were recommended for positions within the department. We have issued conditional offers to 4, but we only heard back from 3. There will now be a vetting of the individuals who we offered conditional offers to. I don't know how long that will be, that'll
2 to
take.
3 months,
Yeah. So
because it's a suitability and other kind of clearances that are just simply take time.
So hopefully 3 months we'll have people. And I'm quite sure that the enforcement section is looking forward to having staff work with.
Thank you.
Have we looked into any ability of having temporary contractors or anything to help us in the interim while we conduct?
We're also looking into that. There have been some, like I said, there was one individual that a temporary contract was a contract position was suggested for, and that's going through the process right now. And additionally, we're also looking at training classification, which would allow people who don't meet the qualification requirements to be hired at a lower level and gain that experience via the training program.
Any other questions or comments? Yeah, we are.